Hey guys, it's Joe Blue back again with another episode of Filthy Hunt Cheaters, and I've not done a hunt video for a while, so I'm going to do one today, and this one's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be looking at my gameplay. There was a thread about Romero damage in the Steam forums, which eventually turned into a thread with Locktar and his band of merry men to make the thread about me being a hypocrite because I played games with somebody who cheated in Counter-Strike nearly a decade ago, but to my knowledge doesn't cheat anymore. But they're going to go around in circles about how I'm a bad person for playing with my cousin's friend, who's not my friend, who cheated in CS like nearly 10 years ago, and like somehow this makes me a bad person. I'm supporting cheaters, but anyway, one person trying to keep the topic on topic posted some of his footage of showing Romero gameplay, and I watched it and I thought, I think this guy's cheating, and I think there's something very suspicious within this video, and it's going to be the title, so you probably already read it. And that is, this guy seems to have no footsteps, even though he makes footsteps. I say this because nobody can tell where this guy is. He just runs around people all the time, and they're never looking at him. This guy could be running on a roof, he could be running up some stairs, he could be like literally just around the corner making loads of noise, and no one is ever looking in this guy's direction. We're going to go through this guy's 9-minute video, and I'm going to take out certain parts and comment on them as we go along. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Take that back again, because when I first saw this shot here, I thought like it seemed a little bit inhuman. I feel like the gun goes further left than a human would probably predict. I know people are going to say, but he's just that good, he just knows. Sure, maybe. Just go frame by frame. So after you've seen the guy move, I'd probably move the crosshair to like here, but it comes up right up like about here, I believe. Yeah, so just about up here. Like I probably would have aimed more here, but he's gone up. Like maybe he's just better at predicting, I guess, maybe. And then maybe it's fine. Maybe this shot's fine, man. Maybe I'm reading too much into that shot. Notice how he runs around the corner and the guy's looking in a completely different direction, even though he's got shot from the door. Like you think he'd be ready for this dude to come out, right? So he goes past the door. He gets shot through the door swings open, so he must know, right, somebody's inside, shot through the door. But he never even looks at the door, it's just weird. I'd love to know how this guy got bowed here. What is it? Is it on this angle here from the door? Like maybe? I don't know really where you could get bowed from on this corridor here without somebody being in the corridor. And then you have to ask, how did they get there without footsteps? Just know how clearly you can hear all these guys' footsteps running around him. It seems really strange aiming there. For two reasons. It's the slight little micro adjustment at the very end of the aim. And then when he switches to his pistol, to his Codwell or whatever, and aims, he doesn't aim where the person was, he just aims at the center, which makes you just think he's waiting for his aimbot to kick in, but it hasn't, because the dude's gone off screen and it won't lock onto the dude anymore. Like, possibly, right? But it just seems a bit weird to aim straight and not even attempt to aim where the dude was, where you know he was, because you just seen him and aimed on him. Maybe. Again, can't this guy hear the dude? He just dropped down next to the dude. You're telling me you can't hear a dude drop next to you? Also, the guy has no footsteps either. This dude with the bow, like I said, this is the guy with the bow that killed the dude earlier. And I said, I don't know how he got him on an angle, being in the building, without making any footsteps. And this guy's literally crouch walking around the place, and you can't hear any crouching footsteps whatsoever. This is the current event point, right? I believe this is the current event point, so he doesn't have Lightfoot with the no footsteps for a solo player, right? I think this is this current event, so he won't have that. Like, either he jumped down and he fell into this dude coincidentally, or somehow he knew he was there even though there was no steps and no indication that he was there whatsoever. And somehow he's able to drop down, make footsteps above him, drop down, go huh, and he never even turns or acknowledges that he's dropped at all next to him. Completely silent. Like, how does he know this guy's at the top of the stairs? He's literally, there's no indication that this guy's there. Right? So he runs up the stairs. I think he wants to trap, but he doesn't trap. Then we can just about see there doesn't seem to be anybody there. We might get a clear shot a little bit later. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anybody at the top of the stairs right now. You can hear some grass squelches, but that's coming from outside the building. Like, all of the footsteps you're hearing is squelching on grass, which are dudes outside the building. You can't hear this guy. As far as I can tell, this guy is basically inaudible. And if he made anything at all, it would be so difficult to even know that it was this person come running around the corner and blast him. And this guy basically came up the stairs, basically making no footsteps. And then this guy knew he was there, despite the fact that he makes no footsteps. And this guy basically can't even react to the dude, as if he can't hear him either. Like, look, he's basically come around the stairs, either come through the window, right? But he's basically about to look, like, around here, so his vision's probably in this corner of the fucking post here. He's not even looking at this dude, which means he'll be, if he heard him coming around the corner, he'd be looking this direction. So the fact that he's looking basically at the corner of this wall here, about to look down the stairs, would suggest that he can't hear this guy come around the corner. Like, 3 shots in a row, bang, 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 perfect robotic accuracy. Seems way too perfect. So not only are you like flicking to a target or moving your aim, it's like you go in straight from one person immediately to the exact point ahead of the target to hit the target with perfect accuracy, and you're not even moving like from target, like, yeah, let's watch again. So it's like he pulls the gun back to center, then goes back to predict where the shot's going to be. So he takes his first shot, and then all of a sudden it's like as if tracking. So the gun comes back to the left. Now he's going back up to the right and predicting ahead of the target, like perfect timing, and then pulls it back to the center, and then runs perfectly predicting back to the target again. You think, like, would it just be easier just to shoot, hold on the target, move ahead of the target, shoot again? Like, pulling it back and then aiming ahead of the target with perfect accuracy would be more difficult. You're adding more chances for it to go wrong and for you to miss by doing that. So we can hear this guy's crouching footsteps, like just then before he picked up the bounty. You could hear the dude below him's crouching footsteps, but you can't hear the dude at the top of the stairs, his crouching footsteps, or that guy from earlier with the bow. You can't hear his footsteps, even if this guy's further away. Not quite sure how he knew there was a second person there. Let's go back a little bit. Did he hear crouching underneath the death screen there? There's a couple of crouching footsteps there you can just hear as he reloads, so there's indication that there is somebody else there. Slow it down a little bit. Mute it and slow it down. It just seems like the adjustment is so macroscopic, right? But it doesn't seem fast enough for a flick, right? It's in that weird spot where it seems robotically slow for such a short micro adjustment. You'd think would be much quicker that a human would make naturally, and this just seems artificially slow for such a quick micro adjustment, right? Reaction to them coming around the corner. You'd think it'd be more faster than that. Like a lot of my clutch reaction shotgun shots are like so much faster than that. These are the only shots that he's actually missed. I'm wondering if his aimbot has trouble tracking players through the because like he can see them a little bit, right, but it's got like the diamond pattern or whatnot across the top of the fence. I'm wondering if this is causing a problem for his aimbot to track, if he actually needs vision of the person and it doesn't track properly through the fence here, because he's been so good with his accuracy before. It seems a bit weird that he would miss 2 shots here. I think these are the only shots that he's missed so far in this game here. Look, he just walks out again and this dude's not really even paying attention or looking. Can you not hear the dude? Can you not hear? See, look, he's not even looking this way. He's looking over where the gunshots are, and it's like, can't you hear the dude that's right near you? You not hear these footsteps? Right, and then he runs around the corner, and then you got 2 people. Neither of them are looking at him. But the dude just run across that way. That wasn't looking at him. And then the other guy there, he's also not looking at the guy. See, look, the guy's looking in the other direction because this is his elbows, his hat. These are his feet, right? He's looking over this direction somewhere. And then I think he turns around at the very end, but it's way too late. Like, surely he'd be reacting to this already. Very strange slowdown during the middle of the aim in there for some reason. Maybe nothing. Who's to say? Goes bang straight to the center, stops here, waits a second, and then flies over to the target. Like, it looks a bit glidey, you know what I mean? Like, it's like trailing the target. Like, they don't look like snaps. They don't look like human snaps. It looks like a robot aiming towards the target, moving towards the target. It doesn't look like a flick. Like, maybe I'll just find some clips of me, like, flicking with a shotgun with the Romero, and we'll look at the difference, like, side by side or whatever. You can see that the aim just doesn't look.
Yeah.
Like, it's the turning, stopping for a brief second, then like floating up, like suctioning up towards the target. Like, you think if you saw the person there, you'd flick all one motion, right? It's like there's always a stop, then and then motion towards the target. Stop, motion towards target. Stop, motion towards target. How can these guys not hear him on the roof? Like, why is he not looking in the right direction? They're looking like where he was. He's ran up the stairs. He's jumped. He's gone, huh? Surely they can hear that out of the window, right? He's gone over the top of the window. Obviously, he must have light foot because he didn't make another hut noise. And then he's crouch walking on top of this roof. You're telling me they can't hear this shit? Again, like, can't hear this guy crouch walking around inside the building to know he's there. Just run straight past, not even looking, not even aware that he's there, and dies. Again, like, how does this guy not hear footsteps above him? Does he not hear anything? Like, how can he not hear any of those steps, like, around him, above him? And how does he know that the dude's inside the building? So this guy just set off the alert trip mine and then ran down the stairs, and he made no footsteps, this guy that he's playing against. Again, can he not hear him above him? Can you not hear him? He's got no footsteps, and this guy's got no footsteps as well. You got aim punch there. A little bit of a sus shot, really. Because he doesn't know where the person is. So it's not like he's ready. Like usually when I make these fast clutch shotgun shots, I kind of know where the person is and I know where he's coming from. So I've already got it lined up in my head where I'm going to shoot. But this guy here, he shoots him here, runs forward. He hears those couple of steps there, which place him like around about here, right? Then he doesn't hear any footsteps after that. So he kind of has to react to where he sees him. And he'd probably be expecting to be more to the right. He ends up more on the left and he has to fast react to it and gets it with perfect accuracy.
To defend this position.
I mean, it's quite difficult to make the clutch shots when you don't know where a person's going to be. Usually when that happens, that's usually when I under aim or over aim or like mess up. Usually my sick shotgun shots usually come down to the fact that I kind of know where the person's going to come from and I've already got the shot lined up in my head. As soon as you've got to aim to an angle that you wasn't expecting, that's usually when the errors occur with the shotgun shots. But this guy doesn't seem to be a problem. All I'm saying is it's a little bit suspect.
Oh, hello.
Again, the shot there through the fucking banisters, not very easy to see, but he gets a perfect shot there. Again, the very glidey, slow, a lot slower than its actual aim, gliding to the target. Again, did you see it? Like, this seems to be the common theme. There we go. So, like, basically, watch this. So he goes in.
Oh, hello.
Right, so he's aiming pretty much on the dude here, but he goes to the left to do that way. And when he swings back to the right, it stops. And then after it stops, it sort of glides up to the target. You see that? You see that? It stops. And this happens fairly frequently on some of the other shots that I paused it and went slow-mo on. So let's just go slow here. Slow it down a bit. It stops and then it just glides up to the target. Swings over to the target on the left. Starts coming back. Stops right there. And then at a slower speed, glides up to the target and takes the shot. You can see as I was going frame by frame, when he was aiming across to the left over here, when I was going frame by frame, the speed of the motion was much faster. It was covering more space because it was going faster. Then when it stops here, all of a sudden, the aim moves up towards the target a lot slower than its aim was previously. And it just seems like he's just aimed manually to this point, then turned his aimbot on, and his aimbot glides up to the target and takes the shot.
Oh my. Oh my. GG.
The way he says GG just reeks of like, I'm a delusional player with no skill, you know? Just my opinion, of course. You see that there? I think he just gave away his aimbot here. See the double ADS? It's like this person's over here they seem to be AFK or glitched out or something, and not reacting to his footsteps. For some reason, he's got no gun in his hand. But he double ADSs because he doesn't know if it's a person or not, right? He's like, is that a person? I don't know if it's a person. So he quickly double ADSs to feel the aimbot lock towards the player. And he's like, yeah, that is a player. So he's like, he aims to, and he goes, wait, is that a person? And then ADSs again is to confirm that's a person. So he's basically giving away his aimbot here. I'm almost certain of it. I'm like 95% certain that he's just giving away his aimbot right here. Let's watch it in slow-mo. So he runs around here. ADS is locked straight onto the dude. So he's literally straight on the dude. And then ADS is again. And he's like, oh, that is a dude. And then runs up to the dude, realizes that he's like glitched out or AFK, and kills him with the melee. Runs around the corner, ADS to the person, feels the aimbot pull, and then checks it again just to make sure that is a person, and then runs over and melees him. So I'm pretty sure he's giving away his aimbot right there. So yeah, very strange stuff there. This guy just seems to be able to run around and make noise, and nobody can seem to hear him. A lot of robotic aim, you know, where stopping and then gliding up to your targets. Some pretty weird clutch reactions that, you know, could just be that good, right? But I think the double ADS on the target as AFK, I think is quite strong. That he's basically using his aimbot to check that it's a real person, which gives away the use of his aimbot. And it's some sort of cheat, seemingly to make footsteps, but the other people can't hear his footsteps, even though on his client he is making footsteps. I don't know how a cheat like that would work. That's not something that I've factored in. I've suspected, but I haven't factored it in. And this is the first sort of evidence that actually adds a little bit of weight to my suspicion that there are cheats out there where you have footsteps, but you don't make any footsteps to the other players. Because I get killed by dudes with no footsteps all the time. Then I go and spectate them. Then all of a sudden they have footsteps. So, you know, it's made me think like they just have footsteps on their side, but I don't hear them on my side. I don't know. But yeah, a little bit of a different episode this time for Hunt, man. I thought it was an interesting one, so I thought I'd have a look at this video. And that's it, guys. GG's. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.